Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. Welcome. My name is Imam Mahdi, and this is part 2 with the introduction to the 19. As I introduced the 19 in part 1, I would like to continue and finish up with the shields that deal and detail the 19. Again, I'm campaigning for 2020 USA Presidential Holy War Struggle Soul Salvation Campaign. That's my campaign slogan. There is no other campaign that's going on in America that has a solution for America. This is the only campaign that has a solution for the United States of America, which is her transition out of her false ideas and distraction, which is evil, into a righteous way of life, which is AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency, under AJAAUCOAO Kingdom of Islam, up under the kingdom of Allah Himself, because all of creation belongs to Allah. This continent belongs to Allah. Russia belongs to Allah. The continent of Africa belongs to Allah. South America belongs to Allah. Central America belongs to Allah. The earth belongs to Allah. Therefore, it's only right that His law govern His land. And that's why we are called believing Muslim, or Mujahidins. This law, Al-Quran, shall govern the land. And this is the manual, our political manual, AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency. And AJAAUCOAO 19 universal benevolent laws of Allah Al-Quran shall replace the United States Constitution. As I said, the so-called black man in America has been enslaved for over 1,400 years. Astaghfirullah, Muhammad's 1,400 years since his passing. But over 400 years, the so-called black man in America has been a slave. And to recap on that, the validity of the public debt of the United States authorized by law, including debt incurred for payment of pension and bounties for services in suppressing insurrection or rebellion, shall not be questioned. But neither the United States nor any state shall assume or pay any debt or obligation incurred in aid for insurrection or rebellion against the United States, or any claim for the loss or emancipation of any slave, but all such debt, obligation, and claim shall be held illegal and void. Black man, so-called black man of America, you are still a slave in the United States of America. You the only people, black people, so-called black people of America, descendants of slaves, are the only people who have to re-ratify their voting rights every 25 years. Nobody else. Every 25 years. You are the only people whom this applied to. As any claim for the loss or emancipation of any slave, but all such debt, obligation, and claim shall be held illegal and void. So therefore, the United States of America say you don't even have a right. You can't even get free. That's what the United States of America is saying. But the United States of America must understand something. And if she don't, I'm about to help her understand it right now. Your law don't mean anything because it's false. It's oppressive. And Allah said, fight against oppression till there is no more oppression. Allah said, do not obey the disbelievers. But you don't see no foreign Muslim over here helping you, black man. Why? Why? The Muslims, the believing Muslims in America, the foreigners are not helping you, black man. Do they not know that you are oppressed, that you are slaves? There's a reason why the so-called Muslims, foreign Muslims who have immigrated to the United States of America are not helping you. There's a reason why the Africans are not helping you, and you come from Africa, so-called Africa. They're all part of your oppression. That's why when I become president of the United States of America, in her transition, we will deal with all such parties. This is our flag. Again, this is our flag. This is our political flag right here. AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency. The crescent moon, the star, and the red and the white stripes. You know, I'm not going to go into all that because I did it in previous production. And but I didn't talk about these three shields here in previous production. Here you have Allah la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul. That's Allah la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul. That's Allah, there's no God but He, the everlasting, the self-sufficient, by whom all subsist. That's in the Quran, the sword. Even in the Bible, Allah speaks about how He shall use the sword to smite the parents and their children because they oppress. Think about it. And I'll get to that on another production. Here is Wa Khafa bi Allahi Shahidan. And that's a period right there, that's a circle right there. They got Muhammad Rasulullah. There's a period between this and that. That's in the Quran. But if you look at the Saudi flag, Saudi Arabia flag, it said La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, with no periods there. And they put that together. That is not in the Quran. Now Allah says, if you add to His revelation, you're cursed. If you take away from His revelation, you're cursed. And if you weaken His revelation, you're cursed. See, Saudi Arabia are imposters. And they are cursed by Allah. And the flag is evidence of that. So, we're going to deal with that on another production. Here, you have the crescent moon. You have the crescent moon here. You have Al-Quran in the bond. And here you have 19 by 19, which, like I said, this whole subject matter is about the 19. And 19 exponentially by 19 is 361. With Allah being the absolute, 360. So I get into all sciences. And like I said, this is part 2. So you go back to part 1 of the 19, where I'm dealing with the 7 firmaments and the 19 sciences. And I speak about the 19 in part 1. So I don't want to go back over the 19 in part 2 because we're on to other things. And here, as I said, you got this symbol here, you got the red star in the front and the blue star in the back. Why is the red star and the blue together? Because the red star represents false ideas and distractions. Every person has sinned. But they strive to purity, and that's what the blue star is. You strive towards purity. So we deal with that. And as I said earlier, there's nothing that you can show me. I've been to hell over 1,000 times, as I have mentioned. I've been to paradise over 1,000 times. So anybody know anything about hell? If I've been to hell over 1,000 times, what anybody on earth can show me? What can you say to me that will strike fear into me? You know, this is child play to me. You know, oh, you talking about your missiles, your guns, all these things that you got, what you can do, put me in jail, walk around with your gun, that would strike fear in me. Remember, I'm a mujahideen, and there are many mujahideens in the United States of America. Don't fear man, we fear Allah. And Speaking of that, the angels. The angels have come to me. You understand? They're here right now. The angels, I have communicated with the angels. And Allah can kill everybody on this planet right now. Only thing Allah has to do is let you see the angel, a certain angel, and you'll just die. Because that's how terrified you will be. It will bust your heart. You understand? And see, that's why this battle is so easy. But as an American, living in America, and a believing Muslim, Mujahideen, I'm inviting America to salvation. I'm warning America if she don't come to the salvation. And it's been jihad ever since Adam and Eve. The Holy War been ever since then. And even Bush talked about the Holy War when he was in president. George W. Bush said this is a holy war. This is good against evil. It's us against the terrorists. He may not have said it in that order, but he spoke about the Holy War. You have wars that's still going on for many years. They haven't made treaties to stop that war yet. You understand? America at war with people right now past 20, 50 years. Because they have not made a treaty to stop it. So, speaking of this war, I'm going to teach you how to fight this war by the 19th. I'm going to teach America, as I said, I'm going to teach you how to fight this jihad. But you got to listen to me. You got to pay close attention to me. You got to study my teachings. If you want to be successful, America. So, again, in my administration, I have 9 organizations. And in 9 organizations, we shall be successful at everything that I spoke of. And right here, Imam Mahdi entities, which is under AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency, the World Architectural Social Structure. First organization, which I have here, outlined here, is Isa Mahdi Islam Nariba Exchange Incorporated. That's my banking system. And as I give you a little details about this, my 9 organizations, we are not connected to anybody foreign. All of these I am the sole proprietor of all these organizations. And all of these are legal organizations. If you want to do business with me, you can examine as I speak upon them. And those of you who have degrees, as I spoke before, and you can't find a job in your field, as I go through my 9 organizations, and you feel that you can contribute to one of these organizations or more, volunteer your talents. And once we get to a level of financial security, then you will be the first person considered to be hired as for a job, a paid job to do your job. So this is the benefit of assisting me now, the Imam Mahdi. As I said, Isa Mahdi Islam Nariba Exchange Incorporated, that's our banking system. We don't do like the banks here in the United States of America. We don't charge interest. You understand? We don't do credit checks and all this and that. When you oppress somebody, you think they're going to have good credit? And charging interest on the dollar is a crime. Both of these are crime against Allah. Revelation. So that's why it's called La Riba. That means no interest. The way you make your money is that, we invest in different companies and corporations, and we make a deal that we own a percentage of your company because we're going to give you the money to be successful. And if your company don't be successful, then it was we both agree to the policies and the contract. Therefore, we don't take your house, we don't take your car, we don't, give you bad credit. We both parties, and so we both lose out. But if you happen to be successful at your business, then with the percentage that our bank owns, maybe 5%, 10%, then we're going to benefit. And if we got 1,000 companies that are successful, then that's how our banking system make money. Because we are getting money from these different companies. 10% from here, 15% from here from this company. Maybe $1 billion corporation, $1 trillion corporation. And we get 10% of it, 5% of it. You understand? That's how we make our money in the banking system. But you got people who take away from the bank. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to take this part of the bank and I'm going to go over here and start a loan company, a title loan over here. I'm going to go ahead and start a loan. And see, that's predatory lending. And that's a crime. But see, people participate in them because they're oppressed, they're hungry, they're trying to make ends meet. The system is so messed up. So my presidency resolves all that in my banking system. And with us going back to Africa and getting our natural resources, as I said in previous production, we shall be economically satisfied in this country. Now, off that, onto Miramide Suites and Transportation. That company there is deal with any commercial aspect. That's how my lawyer set it up for me. I mean, when I say any commercial aspect, you got hotels, transportation, whether you're dealing with trucks, plane, boat. You know, that's go back to the Marcus Garvey days. And you wonder how the United Nations got started. You better study Marcus Garvey, why they did to him what they did to him before they even started the United Nations. There's a lot of science in that, but I'll get back on that on another date. And then the other Imam Mahdi military. And when I take presidency, the Imam Mahdi military and corporate, that's why I say to America right now, get ready. You know, President Trump, take a pause for a minute. Because you need to prepare our military for what it's about to face. You can't stop God's law. So either you're going to be on God's side and assist the Mahdi and help the Mahdi to achieve his goals in the cause of Allah, or you're going to be arrogant, prideful because all the money you may have, you think you have, but that little bit of change you got, that's nothing to me. I don't even have $1 in my pocket. I may have some money in my pocket, but you know what? I'm Imam Mahdi. The whole universe belongs to me. I'm just going through the process of obtaining it. And so that little bit of change you have, you need to just go ahead and do the right thing with it and assist the Imam Mahdi, because the military things we about to do in the world, you don't need to be running here and there trying to make a deal. Remember, we're going at the whole continent of Africa, all of the Middle East. So you need to sit back and read my volumes. Volume 1, Volume 2 of AJAAUCOAO, and Volume 3. And everybody need to order this booklet here, because this is AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Manual. AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency Manual is the 19 sciences. AJAAUCOAO 19 Universal Benevolent Laws of Allah Al-Quran. Every household should have this book right here. This will remain only $39.95. The things that you're going to study in this book and read in this book right here, you can't get nowhere else. Get it from me. You can't get it from nowhere else. I don't care what school you go to, Harvard, Yale. That's child play to me. Remember, I'm talking about Allah through his angels, by his angels, the prophets. You understand? Other celestial beings, others I'm not even going to mention right now. But this right here, if your child, whether he's in high school or going to college, your child read this book right here. When he go to study or she go to study in school, they're going to have a certain light in their head to communicate. Because this book, the information right here comes from Allah, the God who created the heavens and earth. And it's been given to me to invite you to warn you, and to jihad against you if I must be. So therefore, this book right here, you go to my website, which is www.a-ipna.com. Again, I say www.a-ipna.com. And you can download this book for $39.99. And I have other things you can download. But this book, every person in the United States needs this book. If you can read, you need this book. You understand? You need this political manual here. So, as I said,